Good evening, friends, followers and channel members, and welcome to wet Scotland. Oh, what great weather. Well, at least we know that Microsoft's default weather is rather realistic. So just to quickly give you the weather forecast, the current live METAR here then at Inverness, Inverness, I say Edinburgh, Inverness, wind 230 at 2, visibility 10 kilometres or more, but there is showers in the vicinity. Yep, well, they've got that bang on. So here we are in a very crowded ramp at Inverness. Plenty of us wanting to fly down to Manchester tonight, I can see that. The ramp here at Inverness is very small. Very small. If things become a little congested, we may just have to disconnect from VATSIM for a little while so that we can get out. Otherwise, I think we're going to be held up for quite a while. So anybody that is currently sat on the ramp, get started, and as soon as you're ready, push back. No holding back. There's no air traffic control online at the moment here in Inverness. So the other thing that's going to slow us down a little bit as well is that the takeoff runway is runway 23, which is a backtrack runway as well. So we've got all backtracked down to the far end of the runway. So tonight's flight, we're going to be giving away a copy of Macco Simulations Manchester Airport. We're now on to version 2.02, I think it is. So some more updates, which we'll have a look at, obviously, once we land in Manchester. We'll get the drone camera out and have a look around. To be in with a chance of winning a copy of the airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, you have to be a subscriber to the channel, and that is it. That is all you need to be. Right. So who've we got? Let's see. Good evening, Buster and DRD Flyer. Welcome, sir, to the First Officer Club. Big thank you to you and for supporting the channel. So welcome to the First Officers Club. Casey, Christian, Simon, Dark Fury as well. We've got Danny too, Lewis, Aviation, and good to see you all. So we should probably look at getting on board. Oh, Kitty, you're with us as well. That's wonderful. Why is the timer running? Get rid of that. We don't need the timer. So let's get on board, shall we? And let's see what's happening. Okay, so as we can see, very dark, dull and grey, and wow, okay, I think we may have a slight separation issue with that Easyjet. I think we were going to exchange some paint there. Well, I might be able to taxi around him, but he's going to be stuck there a while. I don't think he's got any chance of taxiing back, whoever happens to be to the right hand side of me. Wow, so yeah, it's dark, isn't it? Dark and gloomy. Is anyone in Inverness right now in the chat? And let me know if this is the current weather. It does say that there's showers of rain, and by Jove, that was right. John Ray and Nick, good evening as well to you. Hope you're both well tonight. So I'll get some external power on whilst the GPU is rolling up. Let's get the username in there. There we go. Easyjetsimpilot. Dashboard. Pull that in. Ah, there we are. And as you can see, vicinity of showers here at Inverness. I keep wanting to refer to it as Edinburgh. Edinburgh's much bigger than this.
20 miles to the south of the VOR. The VOR 23 approach via overhead Inverness traffic.
Oh wow, he's going to get a shock when he lands, isn't he? He has nowhere to park. He's doing a VOR approach in this weather. God bless him. Right, let's get the external power turned on. Cruise flight, ground control, CRV test. And now the idea is 1, 2, 3. Nav lights on. Let's get some lights overhead. It's obviously going to be a nice evening flight. We are on live time, and as I've said, we're on live weather as well. Good evening, Peter. Good evening, Gary, Leonard. Good to see you all. Just waiting for the clicks, and then we can continue with the fire test. In fact, whilst we're doing that, there it is. We'll do the fire test in a moment. So operational flight plan, then how much fuel do we need? So planned block fuel of 4188. Let's see, what are we expecting in Manchester when we arrive in about an hour and a half's time? So 600 meters, showery rain, low probability of that taking place, so pretty much just showers across the UK all the way through, I think, at the moment. So we'll take a little bit of extra fuel, and I say if we take about, let's take 5 tons. 5 tons of fuel should do. So let's set this close to 5 tons. Don't need over 5 tons. Oh, that slider's an absolute pain, isn't it? Do you know what? Let's just... I normally use the slider, but because of some takeoff figures that I've got in front of me, I want to make sure they're accurate. So let's go with 5 tons of fuel. There we go. We'll set that to real time and get that sorted. So defueling as it is at the moment. So fueling is underway. Right, let's continue with our fire test. So engine 1, engine 2, and the APU. There we go. So engine fire tests is all done. Let's come down and get the, in fact, what was the QNH? I didn't get the QNH while I was looking over here. So QNH at the moment in Edinburgh is 1011, which also looking at that weather, 230 at 2, so the winds are nice and light. So we're going to be taking off from runway 23 as well. So we'll get the standby set up, 1011, anti-skid. Dark, I'm using +8 for for the fuel burn. Let's come down to the pedestal, over to Unicom in a little bit, 121.5, guard frequency, turn that off. Let's get some lights on as well, shall we? There we go. So pedestal's all good, up to the glare shield, 1011, constraints, flight directors 1 and 2, and the instrument panel. Doesn't need to be turned up all the way. Sometimes I struggle to see the flight directors if you turn the screen up too bright. ECAM upper, lower, and get the first officer's displays turned off. We can probably just turn up the brightness as well on the FCU. And IRS alignment is in around 7 or 8 minutes. Okay, let's come down to the McDo menu. So, to the ATSU, AOC, init press, and we're going to pull the information in from SimBrief, check this is correct. Inverness to Manchester, 52-minute flight. Performance weights balanced then. Let's have a look what we've got. 162 passengers. Cross-reference that, OFP. 16848, zero fuel weight of 57.9, that's all correct. Zero fuel weight, center of gravity is 26.9. Do you know what, let's just bring that a little bit more into line with the norm. 29.3 should do. And get that set, and let's load that into the aircraft. Okay, so the aircraft is all loaded. So, data page, IRS is still aligning, check the aircraft status, LEAP engines for the Type A320, NEO, valid AirAC cycle onto the init A page, information being pulled in. So the data uplink, the alternate is Birmingham, Echo Golf Bravo Bravo, and flight number is Easy34 Alpha Mike. Cost index of 8, flight level 370 minus 45. I'm actually going to leave the temperature here from the simulator simply because the OFP was actually created a few hours ago, so that might be that might not be accurate now. So the Tropo as well, quite low down. Actually, that's quite accurate. 28.7. That's probably the closest I've seen seen that for a while. Right. So then our flight plan. There is no standard instrument departures here at Inverness. So departing runway 23, no SIDS. And Manchester, we're looking to depart on arrive runway 23 right, ILS, and it is the Rosen 2 Alpha arrival. Scroll through, find that. Rosu 2 Alpha, and we should be able to select no veers. And I'll talk about why the Manchester's a bit of a pain once we get airborne. But let's just carry on for now. Right, so that's all set. 290 miles. That's not going to be quite accurate, but 299. That's spot on. Okay, so happy with that. RadNav page. We can pop the Inverness VOR in here just for our situational awareness, and the Inverness VOR is, what's the code for that? India Victor Romeo, isn't it? India Victor Romeo. Not in the database. Double check that. Oh, sorry. No, you're right. It's not. It's India November Sierra. That's why. I'm trying to put the NDB in the VOR field. That won't work. There we go. Okay, RadNav page is all done. Let's have a look then at the zero fuel weight. So what was it? Zero fuel weight 57.9. The zero fuel weight center of gravity is 29.3. And whoops, forgot the slash. 29.3. Trip wind is a tailwind of 5. And let's see what the aircraft gives us. So fuel planning is suggesting 3.1, and we're taking 5 tons. Has that been loaded in just yet? Looks like it has. So is refueling finished? We got to start getting some passengers on board, didn't we? Refueling is complete. So time to start getting some passengers on board. Oh, they're going to get wet, aren't they? They're not going to be happy. No jetways here, and not even a little ramp. So not only are they going to get wet, they're going to have to jump.
Cabin crew, we're all happy with how things are up here, so now open the doors and start letting our passengers on board. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so that takeoff weight there, I've got 62.7. That's perfect for the performance calculations that I have in front of me. We've actually done a takeoff calculation up to 63 tons, so they're still valid. So let's have a look then at what the alternate fuel is going to be. Again, I'm going to the OFP. I wish that zoom stayed where it should be. So the alternate is about 1 ton. Macco Simulations, good evening, sir. Oh, looking forward to landing in Manchester, and I hope the weather's better there than it is here. If it's not, once we've landed, we'll clear the weather and then we'll take a little tour of the airport using the drone camera. Oh, there we go. So 1 ton for the alternate. We've got an extra 40 minutes flying time, so if we do get one of those thunderstorms, rain showers over in Manchester, we're more than covered for that. So, great stuff. Now, init B is sorted. Let's go to the performance page. So the transition altitude here at Inverness is 3,000 feet with no climb altitude going to be given to us because we've got no standard instrument departures. Then what we will do is we'll give ourselves our own flight level to climb out to. So we'll give ourselves a initial climb of flight level 100. The minimum safe altitude around the airport is, as we depart, it's going to be 5,000 feet. So let's have a look at popping all that into the performance page. So 3,000 feet for the transition. Thrust reduction and acceleration is 1,030 feet, 1,030 feet. That's fine, that's good. Engine acceleration is the same. Now it's wet, it's a short runway, so it's going to be flaps 3 toga. Flaps 3, no flex temp. And the V speeds then, let's let's have a look. So I've actually got some real world speeds here, courtesy of HD. So we've got 134, we've got 12 now. Oh, hang on, I'm giving the wrong ones. That's a flaps 1 config. Ignore that, that's not right. Let's try again, shall we? There we go. Flaps 3 toga. Right, okay, let me try those again. So that V2, oh, I can't clear that. Okay, let's just recalculate it. So V2 126, that's quite close. Real world was 127 for a flaps 3 toga. VR real world is 122. Oh, look at this. And real world for V1 is 120. Oh, well, we're not going to complain too much about that, are we? You know, this actually, the fly-by-wire team, I don't know if they've specifically gone and encoded this or whether it's still left over from Azobo, but this actually does a really good job of getting these V-speeds rather accurate. So fair play to whoever's coded that in. But yeah, now if only we could get a flex takeoff calculator, as the WebPros page seems to have gone for good, which is really upsetting. So our centre of gravity now fully loaded is 31.1, no flex and no squawk either. So we are currently then on the ground, obviously. We're parked at the south apron. We're not going to be pushing back, it's just going to be an engine start, and then we'll taxi straight out, taxi via Alpha, holding point Alpha 1, then down to the end of runway 23. Long backtrack for us today. Right, so performance page is done. We need to remember to turn on the engine anti-ice as well for this departure. Right, how many passengers are still left aboard? So they're still getting on and getting wet. Oh, some traffic appears to have departed whilst we've been messing around down there, that's fine. So what did I say? We were going to set 10,000 feet as our initial climb out, just because we don't have any air traffic control just here. So that's alright. Whilst we're just waiting then for the rest of the passengers to board, let's do a departure briefing. So we've just briefly talked about our taxi, and then with no we've got no standard instrument departures. So, things to be aware of course, birds and deer. Oh wow. In vicinity of the airport, report any animals sighted to air traffic control. Severe turbulence may occur below 4,000 feet in a strong southerly airstream, may be particularly bad at very low levels in lee wave conditions. Well, the wind's actually not too bad up here, so that's okay. Pushback not available, of course, it doesn't matter to us. And, oh hello, has air traffic control just come online? Ah, there you are, 1226. He must have seen us. Well, you know, now's about the time that I contact them, air traffic control anyway. So that's worked rather well. 122.6. How often is Inverness air traffic control online? I'll leave Unicom on there. 122.6. There we go. Well, let's give them a call. Inverness, good evening. Easy34 Alpha Mike Type A320 Neo. We're parking stand on the south apron. Got current QNH 1011 requesting airfare clearance to Manchester is filed.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, thanks very much. Sorry for the contact media. I thought you were on the taxiway, but you're not. So wasn't in any way trying to rush you. You're cleared to Manchester. Initially 5,000 feet runway heading. Squawk 4221.
Clear to Manchester is filed. Initial climb at 5,000 feet on runway heading. Squawk 4221 for Easy34 Alpha Mike.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, read back correct.
Okay, well, a couple of changes to make, but that's okay. So
17402 Quebec, welcome to Inverness. You can vacate right on Alpha there, and there should be space for you just on the right-hand side of the terminal, just in front of the Easy that will be facing you.
Just.
Okay, X08, Terminal Taxi to Terminal Team 402 Quebec, good evening.
Inverness, good evening. Easy86 Alpha Golf, stand number 3. We are requesting IFR clearance to Manchester, type Airbus A319.
Ah, no, that's interesting. He said stand number 3, so he must have got some custom scenery here.
Good evening to you. You're cleared to Manchester, initial altitude 5,000 feet. After departure, maintain runway heading, squawk 1432.
So that's the important point for us, obviously taxi down, and then we're going to maintain runway heading on departure up to 5,000 feet.
And squawk 1432, Easy86 Alpha Golf.
So, we're now just waiting for the last few passengers to come on. Refueling is completed, so we'll get the fuel pumps on, start the APU.
At the South Sub run, requesting AFR clearance to Manchester.
Telex 710, very good evening to you. You're cleared to Manchester after departure. It's runway heading to 5,000 feet, squawk 5615.
I'm pretty certain Inverness has never seen so much traffic, and certainly never so many flights flying to Manchester all at the same time.
Telex 710, read back correct, and wasn't sure if you said it, you probably did. The QNH 1012.
Ah, QNH 1012, so let's change that. Yeah, 1012. Let's go ahead and change that. So I'm just waiting for the last few passengers, then we're going to get started. This rain seems to be getting heavier. APU should be on in a minute. We'll get the APU bleed air on. Disconnect the external power. And then we'll be about ready to go. So continuing with the departure briefing, we know now what we're doing. We got a little bit interrupted by air traffic control, but that's okay. So as you can see, the weather here, not great, but the good thing is ILS runway 23 is in use. We are below the maximum landing weight, so if we did have a problem, we should be able to return here. Engine out procedure, if we have a problem with that, continue our climb out on runway heading, and then at 2,200 feet, we would make a right-hand turn inbound to the Inverness holding point. Again, hopefully that doesn't happen, but we've now briefed that as well. APU is now available, so APU bleed air on. Disconnect the external power, and we can tell them to go away, politely, of course.
Easy86 Alpha Golf, stand 3 is ready for engine start.
Easy86 Alpha Golf, start up approved.
Start approved, thank you, Easy86 Alpha Golf.
The passenger signs can come on as well, of course. So our scheduled departure time is in 7 minutes. That's actually the time we well, we would push back, obviously not pushing back here at Inverness. So we've got 7 minutes to go. We should make that no problem. Mustafa GT, what am I using to calculate the flex temp? Well, sadly with the WAPRO site being down, I'm having to resort to real world guidance. Not that it's a problem here, because it's short runway, it's very wet, it's going to be flaps 3 toga. last few passengers remaining, and I don't mind hanging around because there's a little bit of traffic, as we can see. Visibility is not looking great, is it? So once again, we are doing a giveaway today. Once we get to Manchester, Macco Simulation's wonderful Manchester scenery, and all you need to do to be in with a chance of that at the moment is make sure you are a subscriber to the channel. So that is all that is required.
Inverness, very good afternoon. You were cleared to Manchester, non-standard, after departure 5,000 feet, squawk 6224.
Here's a file to Manchester and the initial flight of 5,000 feet and squawk 6224. Scandinavian 224.
Scandinavian 224, read back correct, QNH 1012.
Okay, so I think all the passengers are now boarded.
And QNH 1013, 224.
Hi, yeah, we're just about finished setting up, so once everyone's on board, we're happy for you to close the doors. Thanks. Oh, and once we get to cruising altitude, if I could have a cup of tea, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Boarding is still underway, but we're almost done. It shouldn't take much longer.
I think they are about done, actually. Everyone's now on board. Oh, there's the doors just being closed, so all done.
Cabin crew, what about ready for flashbacks if you found the door and cross-check? Thank you.
So with that done, let's
Ladies
run
and
our
gentlemen,
before
welcome
start
on board
checklist
our
as well.
Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker,
Cockpit
wheels
preparation
first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you.
is all complete.
These include laptops, handbags,
Signs on
duty-free
and
and
auto.
loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us
3
ensure
nav
a prompt
green.
departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board.
Fuel quantity
Your seatbelt can now be
4.9
fastened
tons,
ready
check
for
loaded
departure.
and balanced.
This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
FMGS is coded and
That's
set.
great, thank you.
Altimeter 1012. And Inverness ground, Easy 34 Alpha Mike is ready for engine start.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, start approved.
Alright, so let's get the rotating beacon light on. And start the timer. Transponder. Engine mode selector to ignition. And we'll start engine 1.
Requesting taxi.
Easy 86 Alpha Golf, taxi hold Alpha 1.
Speaking. My name is Gavin.
Taxi hold Alpha 1, 86 Alpha Golf, thank you.
We expect a good flight with you today with no weather problems showing in front of us, so we should be pushing back within the next few minutes or so. For now, the ground crew have now finished loading the last of the baggage into the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured, then we can make sure we can depart on time. The cabin crew will shortly be providing their safety demonstration video, so it would be appreciated if you could give them your full attention. A special welcome on board to our Easyjetsimpilot members, and if you wish to inquire about becoming a member, please contact a member of the cabin crew. All our Easyjetsimpilot members are of course entitled to free drinks throughout the flight. Thanks very much, and we'll give you an update once we're airborne.
The Kit Bandit, yeah, we check flight controls, but not until your engines are running.
Inverness radar, good evening. Easy 242, requesting IFI clearance to Manchester.
Easy 242, very good afternoon to you. You're cleared to Manchester. Initially, it's going to be runway heading on the deconfliction service to 5,000 feet. You can squawk 7203.
Engine number 1 stabilised, starting engine 2.
Clear to Manchester, following the runway heading, squawk 7203, Easy 242.
Easy 242, you read back correct. QNH 1012.
QNH 1012, Easy 242.
Shanghai 710 ready for engine start up.
Select 710, startup approved.
To be fair, it's actually a quite good, I think, that air traffic control has come online to try and get us all out of Inverness safely. Just watching the visibility decrease as that EasyJet aircraft in front of me taxis to Alpha 1. Okay, do I ever fly to Sweden? Stockholm? Oh yes, yeah. We've been to Stockholm before. There's the relays for the engine number 2 kicking in.
Easy 86 Alpha Golf, fire Alpha 1, enter backtrack, runway 23, report ready for departure.
A safety card is
Via Alpha 1, enter backtrack runway 23 and we will report when ready for departure.
And a brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace.
And engine number 2
There are 2
is
emergency
set.
exits at the rear,
And stabilise.
4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you.
Scandinavian 224, push back and startup approved.
Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start.
Okay, so after start
Put a
checklist.
mask over your nose
Anti-ice
and mouth.
is engine only.
Hold in place with the
ECAM
strap.
status
Pull on each side
is
to
checked.
adjust. Put on your own mask before helping
And
others.
pitch
If
trim
we land on water, take the
31.1,
life jacket from
rudder
under
trim
your seat.
0.
Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together.
So do our flight
Pull the
control
strap
check
to adjust.
just now before
Do
requesting our
not
taxi
inflate it
clearance.
inside the aircraft.
So full left,
When outside,
full
inflate by
right,
pulling the toggle.
neutral,
If
full
it fails to inflate or
full
needs
down,
topping up,
neutral,
blow into
rudder,
the tube.
full right,
There is a light
full
and
left.
whistle for attracting attention.
and
We
neutral.
also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed. arm
Inverness
down,
radar
window
EZ34
blinds
Alpha
open,
Mike
and seatbelt
is
fastened.
ready for taxi.
We wish you a pleasant flight with EasyJet.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, Roger. If you can make a left 180 there to taxi down Echo and Foxtrot to hold Foxtrot for runway 23. Just caution the Scandinavians pushing ahead of you.
Roger, we'll make a 180 here, taxi down via Echo and Foxtrot, holding short of runway 23. Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, so we get to do a 180. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. So let's get the lights on. And parking brakes off. A little bit of thrust, and then we'll make that turn. So he warned us about the Scandinavian in front of us. We're nowhere near him, so we can begin that 180 turn.
Easy 242, request push and start.
Easy 242. Roger, are you going to require a push there, or are you okay to start on stand and taxi out? It's just I've got an aircraft who's get a taxi behind you.
This is actually really difficult to do in the weather.
I can try to push out the way, if that's fine.
Easy 242, Roger. Push and start is approved, as long as just confirm you're not blocking Echo on the push there. The Q&H is now 1011.
Oh, Q&A just changed. We'll put that back in a minute, just making sure we don't run onto the
Okay,
grass.
push and start approved, easy 242.
Which, had it been dry, it would have been fine. However, for some reason, Microsoft Flight Simulator, when it's wet, has made the ground handling a little bit tricky. But I think we're okay now. Try not to run over any deer in the long grass. There we go, we've made that. The backtrack and turn around at the other end could be interesting.
In the approach, Scandinavian 224 is ready for taxi.
Scandinavian 224, taxi hold Alpha 1.
Taxi hold Alpha 1, 224.
So need to taxi very slowly to get decent movement in the sim at the moment for the weather situation. But we did have plenty of room. Pop quiz. Anyone know the turning circle radius of the A320? I think we've had this question before, but I'll ask it again.
Easyjetsimpilot Alpha Golf, ready for departure.
Easyjetsimpilot Alpha Golf, roger, thanks. With a deconfliction surface, the surface winds are calm. Clear for takeoff, runway 23.
Cleared for takeoff, 23, Easyjetsimpilot Alpha Golf.
Look at the pretty colours on the weather radar. Christian, so you're guessing 22 meters? Any advance on 22 meters? James on a sixpence by the looks of it. Honestly, it would have been a lot easier had it been dry. The simulator just overemphasizes the wet ground, I'm afraid.
Select 710 is ready to taxi and we are able to turn to both directions, so north and south too.
Telex 710, roger, taxi Alpha 1 to hold behind the Scandinavian.
LG Lambs 50 meters, dark 21.9. 21.9, that's very precise.
Scandinavian 224, are you ready?
Scandinavian 224 ready.
Scandinavian 224, roger, thanks. Via Alpha 1, enter backtrack, runway 23.
The Kid Panda, this isn't the runway. This is, well, it is a runway. This is runway 11, but we're using it as a taxiway today. It's also taxiway Foxtrot. Peter James, 25 meters. I'll give the answer in a little bit. Anyway, right, our performance checks. So, flaps 3, Toga, QNH chains 1011, engine out procedure, 2,200 feet, make a right-hand turn back to the Inverness VOR, and hold. Departure matches, what we've got, the FMGC, where we're going to maintain runway heading. In fact, we can actually set that on here. Runway heading is 234.
Climb 110, routes direct, Gazi, Easyjetsimpilot Alpha Golf.
And then our stop altitude is 5,000 feet. 44 meters, Colin. 28 meters, John. I will give you the answer shortly. Kid Panda, 55 meters. So Anna, we're departing Inverness, up in the north of Scotland. And as you can see, it's typical Scottish
you guys
weather.
are using MSFS real weather as well.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike is now holding short on Foxtrot for runway 23, and yet we're on default Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 weather. It's raining.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, yeah, I've got the same setup in the tower sim. I can't even see you from the tower. Just admire the Scottish weather a little bit longer. You're going to be number 2 to a Scandinavian, so just hold position, probably another 2 minutes.
No problem, we'll give you a wave if the weather clears. Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Right, so parking brake on, and we'll just hold here for a little bit. Got 2 ahead of me, that's fine.
I'd just let you know we will be holding here for a few moments. It's a little bit busy out here on the taxiway, just a few departures all waiting to go at the same time. But should be on the way very shortly. Thank you.
Easy 242, left on Echo, Foxtrot to hold out Foxtrot.
Christian, I think I'm with you. I like the rain. An Easyjetsimpilot Alpha Golf has got great weather on X-Plane. I want to know if anyone's in Inverness right now, which is accurate. Is it raining? The Meteor says that there are showers of rain, so I'm guessing...
holding Foxtrot via Echo and Foxtrot, Easy 242.
Weather in Manchester's predicted to be okay. The chance of thunderstorms, but never mind. Anna, Echo Golf Papa Echo is Inverness in north of Scotland.
6 Alpha Golf, you can contact Scottish Control now, 135.525. Bye-bye.
135.525, Easyjetsimpilot Alpha Golf. Thank you for your service. Bye-bye.
So Scottish Controllers on line 135525. We'll get that in the standby, ready to contact once we're out and airborne. So was that a Scandinavian that's just going down there and taxiing around?
Scandinavian 224. It's a deconfliction service after departure. The surface wind's calm. Runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Yes, for takeoff, runway 23, 224.
Chris, good evening to you. The weather looks horrible. Or terrible. Indeed it does. Mega Bro, you've just got the green light to do a control, could become a controller on Dublin in VATSIM. Oh, fantastic. We'll have to do a long haul flight from Dublin. You know EasyJet aircraft aren't allowed in Dublin.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, via Foxtrot,
Whoa.
enter backtrack runway 23.
Fire Foxtrot, enter for backtrack runway 23, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Did anyone see that close call on the runway?
Scandinavian 224, report your passing altitude.
Passing altitude 1,600, 224.
Scandinavian 224, roger, thanks. You can redirect Gussie and climb flight level 100.
Climb flight level 100 and direct Gussie.
So I'm just listening to the air traffic control because obviously all the aircraft departing, we're going to get a similar sort of clearance, so always worth listening.
And Chanex 710, you're
So Dark, yeah, no, I'm sure they are allowed in Dublin if they need to, but they don't fly to Dublin. There's another low-cost carrier based there. Carlos Duty 974, we always do long haul flights on a Monday, so yesterday we were flying for about 5.5–6 hours. And we have done one of the long haul flights to Mauritius before. As
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, with a deconfliction service, the surface winds are calm. Runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Runway 23 cleared for takeoff, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Right, so I'm about to make that turn on the runway. So the runway width here is 46 meters, and the turning circle of the A320 is 24 meters. I don't think anybody got that. So realistically, we shouldn't have any problems. Well, in the real world, we wouldn't have any problems.
Inverness radar, I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Let's have a look, see how the aircraft handles it in Microsoft Flight Simulator, shall we? It can do it quite nicely when it's not raining. When it's raining, I'm having to be even extra careful. So let's get ourselves lined up once more, and then we need to get the auto brakes back onto max.
Scandinavian 224 for further climb. You can Scandinavian 224. Sorry, it's a radar control service.
Please repeat for Scandinavian 224.
Scandinavian 224, you're now under a radar control service. Inverness is very weird with its controlled airspace. You, for further climb, contact Scottish 134.525. Bye-bye.
Contacting 134.5.
Okay, so before takeoff checklist, flight control check briefing, flaps config 3 FMA takeoff data 120 blue 127 magenta climb. Blue 5152, Toga takeoff, Ecam memo takeoff no blue, cabin squad for takeoff, engine mode select norm, and TCAS TR.
Scandinavian 224, just sent that via text.
Packs off. Let's go. Set 50% M1. And set takeoff thrust. Man Toga, SRS. Knots. V1. Rotate. Runway track.
10x710, thanks for your patience there. Via Alpha 1, enter backtrack, runway 23.
Via Alpha 1, enter backtrack, runway 23, NX710.
And we're setting climb thrust in a moment. There it is. Open climb. Lower the nose. Set climb thrust. Thrust climb. Open climb. Flaps 1. It's a nice smooth ride, even though we've got terrible weather. There doesn't appear to be any turbulence, which is quite neat. And past S speed, so flaps 0. Ground spoilers, packs 1 and 2 now back on. Autopilot 1 engaged. And Inverness radar, just confirm over to Scottish radar 13552 for Easy34 Alpha Mike.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, negative still with me. You can route direct Gussie now and climb flight level 110.
Gussie flight level 110, Easy34 Alpha Mike. Okay.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, can you just confirm your passing altitude for me?
We're now at flight level 050 for Easy34 Alpha Mike.
Alpha Mike, thanks, that checks out.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, confirm clear flight level 150.
Negative 110.
110, thank you, Easy34 Alpha Mike. Set flight level 110, 110 blue.
10x710, deconfliction service, the surface winds are calm. Runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Before takeoff, runway 23,
First climb, climb. Strobe lights off. Oh dear me.
Confirm, have you got visibility of the Chanex? He's just turning at the end of 23 now.
Yeah, I can see him. Easy 242.
Easy 242, roger. After he passes left to right via Foxtrot, enter backtrack runway 23 behind.
After the traffic passes by Foxtrot, backtrack onto runway.
Fancy not having the strobes on in weather like this.
Sorry, hold on a second. T3. Runway T3, sorry, Easy 214.
Easy 214, no way. Easy 34 Alpha Mike, you're now entering controlled airspace. It's a radar control service.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign
Radar
is
controlled
on.
service,
We
confirm now
recommend
over
that
to
you keep your seatbelt fastened
135525.
whenever you are seated.
Easy
Toilets
34
are
Alpha Mike,
located
yeah,
at
give me a
each
call,
end of the
135525. We'll see you next
Remember
time,
that
bye-bye.
smoking is not
Many thanks for the
permitted at
service
any
this
time.
evening, Easy 34
This
Alpha Mike.
includes
Bye-bye.
e-cigarettes.
Scottish Control, Easy 34 Alpha Mike, passing flight level 100, inbound Gussie.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, Scottish Control, good evening. Confirm your cleared level.
Cleared to flight level 110, Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
T34 Alpha Mike, thank you. Climb flight level 190.
Flight level 190 for Easy 34 Alpha Mike. 190 set, 190 blue.
That's an shuttle 1641. Is it alright if I step away for about 5 minutes?
Of course, that's fine. Call me back.
So, just watching the ice warnings on the ECAM there. Severe ice, so engine mode 2 ignition.
Direct making 224.
Christian, I'll come back to that in a second. There was a reason the wing anti-ice was not on.
Route direct Lakey.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, direct to Lakey. That's one heck of a
Easy
short.
36 Papa Alpha, descend flight level 240.
Direct Lakey and above the clouds.
Easy 810, when ready, descend flight level 200 to be level 10 miles before Lakey.
Descend flight level 20, when ready to be 10 miles north of Lakey.
Scottish Center, good evening, Eurowing 9338 at flight level 200. With you.
Eurowings 9338, Scottish Control, good evening. Unfortunately, I don't control Newcastle. You can continue with Unicom 122 good night.
122 decimal H, Eurowing 9338. Thank you.
Fever 238, continue descent flight level 80.
So we're just now watching, make sure the aircraft does everything we're expected to. Above the cloud layer, we get the anti-ice off.
Easy 86 Alpha Golf, when ready, descend flight level 240.
When ready, descend flight level 240, Easy 86 Alpha Golf.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin.
I'll come back to you guys in the chat in a moment, just obviously watching everything here, making sure it does what I expect it to. We're cleared up to flight 190, we're expecting a little bit higher in a moment. The moment you break out of that terrible weather though, no other simulator does it like Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Logan 481 ready for taxi.
Logan 481, taxi holding point Alpha 1, runway 23, the Glasgow QNH 1012.
Alpha 1 for 23, QNH 1012, Logan 481.
Neptune 734 Echo, climb flight level 370.
Speed and Alt Star.
Easy 86 Alpha Golf, when ready, descend flight level 240.
When ready, descend flight level 240, Easy 86 Alpha Golf.
Why have we just broken the...
Traffic 710, Scottish Control, good evening, climb flight level 190. Climb flight level 190, Chinook 710.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, climb flight level 250.
Flight level 250, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Not quite sure there. Autopilot seemed to be disengaged,
descend,
didn't
flight
it?
level 40.
Thrust climb. Climb. Flight level
Descend,
250
flight
blue.
level 40, speed rate 238.
Right, so I'm not quite sure what happened to Autopilot 1 when that was disengaged. Goodness me, look at that sun reflection. That's awesome.
Easy 36 Papa Alpha, descend flight level 130.
What a wonderful time of day to fly.
Descend flight level 130, Easy 36 Papa Alpha.
Christian, I did hear an autopilot disconnect sound, but it was on VATSIM when I heard it, so it was another controller, another pilot. At least that's what it sounded like to me, unless it was coming through at the same time. I'm going to have to go back and watch the stream, because we definitely engaged Autopilot 1 on the climb out and held 5,000 feet. Not sure what happened there.
Descent to altitude 3,300 feet via Colray, cleared ILS.
And I didn't hear an autopilot disconnect for myself. How strange.
Descent flight level 3,300 feet.
Air Trooper 37, Autopilot 2 only works if you are on the developer build.
That's correct, you are cleared ILS and QNH is 1013.
Clear ILS, QNH 1013, speed rate 238.
So passing flight level 230.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, climb flight level 290.
Flight level 290, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Set flight level 290, 290 blue. Christian, you should still be able to engage Autopilot 2, such as now, so I could turn off Autopilot 1, put on Autopilot 2. Usually whoever's flying, so for instance, the captain or the first officer. If the captain's the pilot flying, then Autopilot 1's used. If first officer's the pilot flying, then Autopilot 2 is used, apart from the approach, of course.
Scottish Control, good evening. This is Golf Alpha Sierra Alpha November.
Positive Games, thank you very much for the follow on Facebook. We normally do stream multi-platform to YouTube, Twitch and Facebook. However, for this flight tonight, we're just on YouTube for the giveaway.
Control, good evening. Surface wind calm, runway 24, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff, runway 24, Golf Alpha November.
Easy 810, unfortunately nothing further for you. Monitor Unicom 1228, bye bye.
To purchase a selection of hot beverages.
1228, 1218, Easy 810, thank you for service, good night.
In pounds, euros, most major currencies and debit or credit cards.
Control,
The correct
Easy
exchange would be greatly
287
appreciated.
Delta, would be at
And
flight
if
level
any further assistance,
380
just
inbound,
text us as we join you in the
Papa Oscar Lima.
Easy 287 Delta, Scottish Control, good evening. Squawk 1154.
Squawk 1154, Easy 278. 287 Delta.
So settings for VATSIM, Anna.
250.
Turn all multiplayer and static traffic off. VATSIM will populate the world for you.
This is Golf Bravo Alpha Echo Uniform, the BN2 Islander at Barrow, requesting the VFR clearance to Ben Buckler.
Golf Bravo Alpha Echo Uniform, Scottish Control, good evening. I'm a little bit busy this evening to control the islands. You can depart at your discretion, there's no traffic to effects, and the regional pressure setting 1010.
Roger, all copied 1010, enjoy your evening, Golf Bravo Alpha Echo Uniform.
So just getting the 80s for Manchester, as it's not actually that far away.
Easy 86 Alpha Golf, descend level 200.
23 right is in use.
Descend level 200, Easy 86 Alpha Golf.
Transition level is 6,500 feet. Visibility is 10 kilometers or more. No cloud detected. Current QNH is 1013.
Scottish Control, Easy 287 Delta. Is set the squawk, is it showing now for you?
And
287 Delta, Scottish Control,
ILS
thank you.
runway
Input
23
arrival,
right
landing,
is in
runway
use.
24.
Input 1, Echo arrival, landing, runway 24, Easy 287 Delta.
Rosen 2 Alpha arrival.
Scandinavian 224, when ready, descend flight level 230.
Okay, you had alpha floor kicking.
Scandinavian 224, when ready, descend flight level 230.
So at Lakey,
Easy 86 Alpha Golf, Rosen 2 Alpha, arrival from Manchester.
we want to be at flight level 200 at Lakey.
Rosen 2 Alpha, arrival in Manchester, Easy 86 Alpha Golf.
Easy 36 Papa Alpha, descend flight level 80.
Descend level, flight level 80, Easy 36 Papa Alpha.
Easy 29 Echo, nothing further for you, continue on Unicom 122.8, good night.
Unicom 122, Logan 481, holding Alpha 1 ready for departure.
Just confirm the Unicom was for Easy 29 Echo.
Air traffic control is indeed very busy tonight.
Yeah. Scandinavian 57 X-ray, nothing further, monitor Unicom 122.8, good night.
Brian, is Manchester an airport with a hump on the runway? Yes, it is.
Easy 287 Delta, coming up to top of descent.
Easy 287 Delta, thanks, descend flight level 260.
Descend flight level
So we should be on the ground in about
Easy
45 minutes.
Easy
Not a
21
long
Yankee Juliet,
flight.
nothing further, Unicom 122.8, good night.
138 PG 21 Yankee Juliet, good night.
Logan 481, holding Alpha 1 ready for departure.
Logan 481, thank you, surface wind 280 degrees, 5 knots, runway 23, clear takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 23, Logan 481.
So that's the Manchester VOR that I've just popped in there. That is on the that's now shown
radar.
bottom left of the navigation display,
Flight level 110.
and the Manchester VOR is pretty much
Easy 242 Scottish Control, good evening, climb flight level 240.
not bang on the threshold of runway 23
242.
right, but close enough. Certainly close enough to use for descent planning purposes.
Control, evening, top of Alpha, CFM 152 for 2 PUBs.
And what's going to happen then, because the
Papa Hotel,
published
Lima,
approach
Bravo, Scottish
is
Control, good
what's popped in,
evening, runway 23, continue
Just
approach,
checking what have we
surface
got
wind
here.
280 at 5, there's one rolling.
we've got speed and alt showing.
Golf
So
Sierra Alpha
from
November, climb flight
Rosen
level 100.
we want to be 230 knots,
Flight level 100, Golf Alpha November.
and from here we will then vector ourselves in for runway 23 right, unless air traffic control comes online. I don't think they're online at the moment. But the full published approach is then to fly to the Manchester VOR,
Before you continue on Unicom 122.8, good night.
overflight,
Unicom
fly back
122.8,
out, fly back round. Obviously we're not going to do that unless we have radio communications failure. That's not normally done in the real world anyway. So at Rosen, air traffic control would pick you off and bring you to this this sort of point here, and then we'd vector ourselves in, which is what we're going to do tonight.
Scottish, good evening. It's Tomjet 287, passing flight level 280, Digger.
Tomjet 287 Scottish Control, good evening, climb flight level 280.
So at about 30 miles from Lakey we'll start our descent.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Papa Oscar Bravo, surface wind 280 at 5 knots, runway 23, clear land.
bad weather ahead, so we should be arriving on time as planned. The cabin crew will now start to make their way around the aircraft, so please make sure that the aisles are clear of any items you may have.
Logan 481 is airborne passing 1,800.
A reminder that at Easyjetsimpilot,
Logan 481, thank you, climb flight level 210.
to take advantage
210, Logan 481.
So if we cycle through the SD pages, hopefully nothing terrible is showing on there. Situation is normal. I really did love that sun effect that we got on the screens. That was very realistic. I've not seen that before.
Speedbird 238, surface wind 080 at 2 knots, runway 23, correction 26, clear to land.
Wind 030 at 2 knots, 126, speedway 38.
Easy 86 Alpha Golf, unfortunately nothing further into Manchester. Continue on Unicom 122.8, good night.
Continuing on Unicom, Easy 86 Alpha Golf, thanks for your service, bye-bye.
So let's get the
Scandinavian 224,
weather.
when ready, descend at flight level
And
200
print
to be
that
level
off.
10 miles before Lakey.
Descend flight level 200 to be level 10 miles before Lake Easyjetsimpilot.
They may give us a similar
That's great control, good evening.
instruction to that. So in that case, we want to start a descent about 40 miles
Two Whiskey Scottish Control,
from
very good
Lakey,
evening.
not
The,
30 miles as I initially
Tweed
said.
3 Alpha arrival, runway 24.
Tweed 3 Alpha arrival for runway 24, thanks, Speedbird 223. Correction 22 Whiskey.
No shuttle 1641, nothing further. Continue on Unicom 122.8, good night.
So check current QNH
122.8, no shuttle
1013.
1641, thanks, bye-bye.
Temperature at Manchester is 12. Winds 250 at 5, so that's nice and light. Transition altitude for Manchester is... where's that gone? So transition altitude in Manchester is 5,000 feet.
Sign of choice, good night.
Sign of choice, thanks for service, bye-bye, good night. Hope us go home.
And we're going to be doing with that weather, it's going to be a Cat 1 approach runway visual range. 550 metres runway visual range, no problem with that. So decision altitude is going to be 449 feet. Platform altitude.
36 Papa Alpha, descent altitude 4,000 feet, QNH
Just pop that in,
1011.
449 feet. Decision altitude
4,000 feet, QNH 1101.
is 449. The platform altitude
D36
is
Papa Alpha, right heading 010 degrees.
Minimum safe altitude around Manchester as we're coming in is also 3,500. Missed approach.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, when ready, descend flight level 200 to be level 10 miles before Lakey.
Descend flight level 200 to be level 10 miles before Lakey for Easy 34 Alpha Mike. So how far away are we at the moment?
Ready, descend flight level 80 to be level by IPSET.
Descend 80 by IPSET.
Oh, we've got time, we've got plenty of time. So just briefing this arrival then, we want to be flight level 200, 10 miles before Lakey. From Lakey, we're then down to Roslyn. From Roslyn, we're going to vector ourselves in for the ILS runway 23 right, has no air traffic control, is online at Manchester. The tower is online, but no approach control. So minimum safe altitude, as you can see, their flight is 3,500 feet. Platform altitude is also 3,500 feet. Missed approach is also 3,500 feet with a right-hand turn.
Golf Alpha November, climb flight level 200.
Climb flight level 200.
So that's okay. We have had to do a missed approach here before once on a live stream at Manchester. That was interesting.
Speedbird Whiskey.
Pass message.
Yep, can you just confirm between 3 Alpha hours Edinburgh? We don't seem to have any FMC or charts. We were just on MPIP. What echo will that be available?
222 Whiskey, no worries. It was the routing you filed took you via the old star. I can update that for you, however, if you continue on the IMPIP 1 echo arrival.
Excellent. Apologies. That's great. Thanks for that, Speedbird 22 Whiskey.
The Kid Panda, is it an easy approach? It's not the most challenging. It's there are far more difficult approaches. This is quite nice, and I know Manchester well, which really helps.
Easy 36 Papa Alpha, descend to altitude 3.
Across this games, you only need to be a subscriber. That is correct. Nothing else.
Descend 3,000 feet, Easy 36 Papa Alpha.
JJ, it will be raining in Manchester. We shall see. It was certainly raining when we took off.
Scandinavian 224, unfortunately nothing into Manchester for you. Continue on Unicom 1228, good night.
Continue on Unicom, bye bye, thank you for service.
What a lovely time of day to fly as well. Those red clouds down below and the white clouds up above. Just beautiful. We're not in alt cruise mode. No, there's a reason for that. I'll tell you why that is. That is because we've been kept at flight level 290, but we actually planned flight level, I think 370 was the plan. But we can enter alt cruise mode if we go to the init page, select 290, pop that in there. There we go, alt cruise. Am I a United fan or a City fan? I'm a Wednesday fan for my sins. Doesn't that look beautiful? Okay, about 10 miles, we'll start our descent, and we'll also let air traffic control know, of course, that we're on our way down. Brian, while I'm out there cleaning off some of the ice, yes. Does anyone want a drink refresh?
Easy 36 Papa Alpha, turn left heading 320 degrees.
Turn left heading 320, easy 36 Papa Alpha.
Just confirm 320.
320 degrees, easy 36 Papa Alpha.
Easy 287 Delta, descend flight level 90.
Descend flight level 90, so easy 287 Delta. Scottish Control, good evening, Channel 9 Papa Lima at stand 25 Edinburgh, ready for push and start.
Channel 09 Papa Lima, Scottish Control, good evening.
Wonder if we'll get in just before it gets dark. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Sunset landing. There's a little bit of a threat there as well. Handing to the west, we could have the sun in our eyes.
Flight level 110. I am on radar vectors, so it'd be best for you to give me radar vectors, and then requesting altitude increase.
Dark Barrow is also used for Cat 1.
And maintain your present heading.
To maintain present heading and flight.
Any approach that isn't an auto land, you'd use Barrow for. Right, let's start the descent.
Papa Alpha, turn left heading 280 degrees, cleared ILS, runway 24.
So, thrust idle, open descent, flight level 200 blue. And easy 34 Alpha Mike is out of flight level 290 for flight level 200 to be level 10 miles before Lakey.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, thank you. Unfortunately, nothing further into Manchester. Continue on Unicom, 122 decimal 8. Good night.
122 decimal 8, thanks for the service. Good night. Easy 34 Alpha Mike. So, on our own now, air traffic control has left us. I think the tower frequency is on line at Manchester, which is 118.625, so we'll get that ready. One 186.25. There we go. So weather and landing information has been received. The FMGC is all coded. Landing elevation is 249 feet. Auto brake not required. Nice long runway at Manchester. We've done our arrival briefing. We'll put the terrain radar on for Manchester just because we've got the Pennines. We obviously don't want to hit those. And get the standby now tuned to 1013, which already is. That's good. Engine mode selector can come back to normal. And temperature is just starting to warm up a little bit, so we'll get the anti-ice on as we start to drop through this cloud layer. Brian, what's the second track on the nav screen? Simbug. That wouldn't be there.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
So Christian, you'd only turn the engine mode selector to ignition if it was really severe rain, thunderstorms, severe icing as well. I don't think it's going to be raining that much. There's nothing wrong with doing it. It just gets it ready, but I think it's got to be pretty severe before we consider that. So flight level 210, and we're getting down now. Flight level 200. So let's see how far away from Manchester. We're about 69 miles away. Of course, that's as the crow flies, and we've got to make a little loop approach. So if I just bring up the VFR map, it might be easier to show you how we're doing this approach. So from Lakey, then we're going to come and we'll fly as far as Rosen. Then from Rosen we'll vector ourselves over to this waypoint here, this user point. I will do a tutorial at some point on what these user points actually mean. They're not as scary as people are led to believe they are. And then we'll make the approach in for runway 23 right. Matt C, so I use self-loading cargo for that. At the Kid Panda, we put anti-ice on because we were about to fly into visible moisture, in other words clouds, and the temperature warmed up to minus 40 degrees SAT. Simon, there's a lot of traffic currently in Manchester. Yeah, I imagine there is. Okay, so we're now going to start our descent down to, we'll go down to 6,000 feet. So set flight level 060, thrust idle, open descent, 060 blue, down we go. And that's taking us now direct to DME 56, which is actually 56 miles from the Trent VOR. Not that we'll be using that for this approach. Leo Ferdinand, what do I think of the 777? I've not tried it. I wouldn't even know how to fly it if it was properly based, because I'm not au fait with the Boeing systems. But I've heard not good things about it. Carlos 22974, so the only way you can get an actual track mileage as opposed to as the crow flies is on the flight plan page. It gives you your distance down here, so that is track miles 88, you'll notice. So we're actually 53 miles away from Manchester. That says 88 miles away because of the extra track mileage that has been added to that. Look at the way the sun's just catching the top of that cumulus cloud there. That's really nice. Christian, I'm actually glad HD isn't here. I've dropped quite a few balls tonight. We've just managed to get away with them. Air Trooper 37, you're currently circling Manchester on the missed approach. Okay, climb to flight level 350 and turn to a heading of, what is it, 357 degrees. So the static air temp, Nick, is down there. The SAT down at the bottom, -23 currently showing. Oh, HD. How long's that briefing looking? Sorry, debriefing. Swear you're turning into a stalker. It's okay. I've already smacked myself for the things that I've got wrong so far. I'll send HD a checklist later on of the inaccuracies, and I'm sure he'll just go through, tick them, and then add a few more. Did anyone check to see if there was a dislike button on the stream? That would have been a telltale sign. So what are we? We're 40 miles away from the airport. And as we can see, Manchester, we'll just bring that range in a little bit. There's Rosen, and then from there we can probably look to start continuing our descent now down to our platform altitude, 3,500 feet. Let's set that all the way. Strange platform altitude. I like them when they're in multiples of 1,000. But let's set flight level 350, and we want standard pressure. Sorry, we want local pressure. QNH 1013. Let's just check that is still current. 1013 at Manchester, yeah, so 3,500 blue. Once we get to Rosen, we'll make a call in Unicom so people know where we are. So just turn the screen down a little bit. It's looking a little bit bright. Keep that anti-ice on. We want 250 knots now as we get to 10,000 feet, and at Rosen there's a max speed restriction of 230 knots, which, given the amount of traffic that's gone into Manchester tonight, might not be a bad thing to continue to adhere to. Approach checklist, minimums are set both sides. Engine mode select is normal, electronic flight bag stowed when we've briefed our approach.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you could please return to your seats and ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened. If you are travelling with an infant, please ensure that they are secured safely using the infant seatbelt provided. The toilets will now go out of use until the fasten seatbelt sign is turned on. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
So the clouds are set to ultra. One of the few things that I actually have set in the simulator to ultra. So 24 miles out. from the VOR. We've obviously got a little bit of extra track mileage to fly on that. From Rosen, we'll vector ourselves in. So instead of going direct to this point, we're just going to go into heading mode now, as we would get vectors if air traffic control was here. So there we go.
Manchester traffic, Beechcraft 3,500 feet, making the final turn for the ILS runway 23 right.
Manchester traffic, Easy 34 Alpha Mike on the Rosen 2 Alpha departure, leaving Rosen, heading 120 to start a approach for runway 23 right, currently 18 miles to the north of the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop
Any particular
inside.
reason
Your tray
why the
tables
aircraft
must be
went back
stowed,
into nav mode
armrests
just
down,
then?
and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
$6,000 feet. You can see a couple of lights in front of us. This is where, sadly, without air traffic control on a busy airport, things can become difficult. What's going on with the speed brake? Come on, stay in. No, the aircraft has just gone back into nav mode. That wasn't me. Actually, it's going to that... it was trying to head back to that user point. I can leave it going there, that's okay. I did want to be on heading, but... There we go. It went back into... I'm pretty certain that went back into nav. Automatically, which is very strange. Okay, let's get the approach mode activated. That has been done. So, manage the speed. We'll get down to green dot. HDFMAs, yeah, I think Christian's just nailed that. It went back, it switched back into nav mode when it went into the approach phase, which was a little bit annoying, but okay. Right, speed and alt start. I'm gonna go flaps 1. Oh, that's flaps 2. No, flaps 1. It's much easier to do it with the thrust lever than the mouse, but it doesn't always pull out just the slats, it pulls out the flaps if you do that. There we go. We look rather close to that aircraft, so let's we'll set flaps 2 in a couple of minutes. Start slowing our aircraft down.
Traffic Manchester, Scandinavian 24 and final 23 right.
Manchester traffic, I am on a...
Do you know what? We may end up disconnecting from VATSIM with this much traffic.
The traffic, Beechcraft on short, final to 23 right.
And no air traffic control is a bit insane, isn't it? So let's start reducing speed a little bit, but not too much. And if we hold 170 knots, that should be enough. Manchester traffic Easy34 Alpha Mike established runway 23 right, 15 miles at 180 knots. Correction, 170 knots. I was expecting slightly better weather than this, but never mind. So we've got lock start. $13 miles out. Thompson 46 Yankee, I have no idea where he is. Has he made any calls? To the Thompson 46 Yankee, can you give us a position report, please? 34 Alpha Mike. Radio altimeter is alive.
Bunch of traffic, be aware, 67 Delta, returning on the final from 123 right.
Okay, so autopilot 2, cap 3, dual, autopilot 1 and 2, glide slope star, missed approach altitude of 3,500 feet, 10 miles out.
Two-two-four, Manchester, good evening. I'm actually about to close, sir. Continue with Unicom on 122.8. Service wind at Manchester, 260, 4 knots.
I can understand why he's closing. We'll go back to Unicom. So guys, once we're on the ground at Manchester, we will be doing a giveaway.
2,500. 2,500.
$8 miles out. Manchester traffic, Easy34 Alpha Mike, runway 23 right, 7 miles out. Once we get on the ground, we'll get off VATSIM and...
EasyJet on the final, we are currently 6 miles out. We're currently travelling bound.
Oh, goodness me, there he is. Right, do you know what? It's too busy, so that's VATSIM gone. Let's continue the approach. Too many aircraft and no air traffic control. Now, for some reason, we didn't spot that aircraft, but we also didn't get any position reports from him, so that didn't really help. Right, let's sort this landing out, shall we? Flaps 3. Slow down to final approach speed. Ding the cabin. Flaps full. So a little bit of a pain that we didn't continue on VATSIM, but even so. So just watching that wind slightly coming in from the right that you can see.
1,000.
1,000 feet. Autopilot 1-2 disengaged. I have control. Approach stable, continue.
400. 100 above. 200 minimum.
There's the hump.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard. 10, 5.
Spoilers deployed, reverses on. $70 knots, reverses off. So we'll get parked up. I'm going to wind the daytime, wind the sun back up, just so we can have a look at the wonderful scenery from Macco Simulations. And then we'll do a giveaway, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related
HD, I was waiting for that. I could see the bump and I thought, you know, I'm going to go on the far side of it. I'm not going up here.
For messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your EasyJet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or EasyJet app.
Of course I landed on the downslope. I'm not daft. Right, so let's go to our usual stand. Okay guys, so this is what I'd like you to do. If you want to be in with a chance of winning this fantastic scenery, which once I've parked up I shall take us on a drone camera tour around, then what I'd like to do is type into the chat the ICAO sign for Manchester, which of course is Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. Spam that chat. You do only need to type it in once though. So tap that in once and you'll be in with a chance of winning. The only other thing you need to do is make sure you are a subscriber to the channel. You must be a subscriber to the channel to be in with a chance of winning. So type in Echo Golf Charlie Charlie and subscribe to the channel, and this fantastic scenery could be yours. So this is version 2 now. They've upgraded. Version 2.02 I think it is. Okay, so we're going to go and park in here. Wow, this has been upgraded. I literally downloaded the new version since when I came in. So let's just continue the cleanup, and then we'll get the taxi lights off as well. Missed that. There we go. Oh, Christian, Emirates 380 tries to flatten the hump. Well, they used to prior to COVID. They've now replaced it with the 777. I'm sure the 380 will be back. Should we go stand 11? No, there's a GPU in the way. Stand 9? Oh, stand 9 looks good. So remind me not to fly here again, sadly, unless we're either off VATSIM or air traffic control is online, because that was a little bit of a nightmare coming in, wasn't it? But never mind. Right, so let's parking brakes on, and engine number 1 coming off, engine number 2, seatbelt signs off, logbook on. Brian, we used to have about 3 Emirates A380s a day coming into Manchester, flying straight over the top of us. Rotating beacon light is off. External power can now come and be connected. So as I say, guys, get your entries in, couple more minutes, and then we'll roll the dice, do the giveaway. Have we got... nice, we've got the baggage handlers coming as well. Let me change the time of day then. Then we'll go ahead, get the drone camera out and have a look. Just shut down the aircraft correctly. Okay, so let's have a look outside, shall we? I'm going to just speed up the camera view. Just bear with me 1 second. So as you can see, Manchester International Airport in the north of England, and oh, they have done a cracking job. They've added the new stands over here that we can see now, all with Manchester Airport written on them, of course, with the gate numbers, correct gate numbers as well. The bus terminals. This is a new car parking building that's currently being built at the moment. I haven't been since COVID hit though, so I don't quite know how far they've got with that. But this looks pretty good. There's Terminal 2. There's the Jetway link. Is that the Radisson Hotel? Have we got the Radisson? Oh, look at that! Yeah, the Radisson Hotel with the Viewers Restaurant on top. Car park multi-story for Terminal 1. There's the old control tower, not used anymore, of course. Standing on the top of car park for Terminal 1, you do get a great view. In fact, this is the view, exactly the view that you get. Stood here many times before. And as you can see, Jet 2, the old Thomas Cook hangar, probably still has Thomas Cook written on it as well, to be fair. And if we come down here, we've got Terminal 3, and I love this, the police shouting at a... well, I doubt he'll be speeding through there, but yeah, pulled him up for some naughty things. We've then got the car park. I think that's one of the drop-off car parks that you obviously pay to leave your car park while staying. Then walked along this road several times because the further you go down here, in fact this looks good, this looks really good. In fact I've got some photos from the last time I was here this looks unbelievably realistic. The only thing missing, although they have gone now, they did used to have the 737 Maxes from TUI. They were there. And then of course my favourite place to visit, the airport pub, which does cracking food and gives you a stunning view of aircraft on approach right at the threshold for runway 23 right, which is where we have just landed. So there's the guided tour. Fantastic scenery from Macco Simulations, and if I just come back a little bit, I just want to see if we can see that hump. We could probably see some of HD's marks on it. Yeah, there it is. And we touched down as late as possible on the downslope, so we're not landing uphill. Wonderful. Okay, Macco Simulations, great job. And of course, for those of you that have ever visited the Visitors Centre, there's the new VIP suite, which has all the special Learjets and private jets going into it. There's a hangar with Concorde in it, just there. The aviation gift shop. My lad has made me spend a fortune in there. I say made me spend a fortune. I'm quite happy to spend a fortune in there. So let's roll the dice, shall we? Let's see. So a big congratulations to drumroll please, the winner of tonight's giveaway for Macco Simulations Manchester Airport is Rafiki.